busting it out, dude. All right.
R. Kelly.
Rest in peace, buddy.
The remix edition.
Oh, I heard it.
Loud and clear, right?
What happened? Are they still doing remixes? You don't really get that anymore, huh?
Dude, you get some remixes now. You get like the Megan Thee Stallion remix. Maybe.
Dude, the remix used to be bigger than the OG, you know?
You know what? You don't get a remix anymore. You're right. Because all of it now is just, it's a remix right off the bat. That's all DJ Khaled is.
Yeah, you can't do a remix. It's just redundant.
Exactly. They're over here remixing, dude.
The remix. It used to be like a remix would come out, and that was like a single. You know what I mean? It was like...
Oh, yeah. Do you remember the CD or the album used to have the title or like the main hit track, and then the remix, edition would be like at the end of it?
Oh, yeah. Every time.
Right? Those were great, man. Wow, those were the days, actually, now that I think about it.
Yeah.
We're no longer in the remix era. We are in the it's already been made era, and we're just regurgitating.
You know what you really lost with when CDs went away? The fucking hidden track at the end.
Oh, the hidden track. Hell
you
yeah.
know what I mean?
Yeah. Wow, good call, dude.
Those were the best.
I feel like that was big with hip-hop guys.
Was it? It was a lot of rock. I guess, yeah, a lot of alternative.
Yeah, maybe.
Hip hop. I don't know. I don't really listen to a lot of hip hop, so I don't know. Can't speak for it.
Yeah, we've gone down this road before, and it's not turned out well for us.
It's a short road.
Yeah, it's a short road. It's a dead end.
Just like our Italian stature, it's short.
So yeah, man. R. Kelly, though, dude, he's the Chicago native.
We don't claim him anymore.
Oh, really?
LA,
you let him go?
LA could have him.
Oh,
He's LA.
Dude, he's in Chicago. He's there.
Yeah, but once you diddle that many kids, you're LA. You know.
So was it the kid diddling? Is that what he really did, or?
I think what really got him was the child porn.
You are correct, actually.
Dude, I mean, not only are you fucking these kids, why are you taking pictures, man? Don't you know you're R. Kelly?
Yeah, I know.
It's gonna come back to haunt you, buddy.
I actually thought he was like he had like a sex dumb or like a fiefdom or a little group of women. I didn't know he was kid diddling.
Well, when you have that many women, I'm sure a couple kids get in there. You know,
it's very possible.
Hard to check everybody's ID, Frank. You know, there's a lot of cocaine going on.
That's right, dude. Do you know what I mean though? Like, I felt like he had like a cult. This whole kid porn thing seems kind of new. You know, the FBI loves to bring in the kid porn when they really want to screw someone over.
Yeah.
It's possible this isn't really his kid porn. I don't know.
It's Ray Epps.
It's Ray Epps. Oh!
They just swapped out his laptop with R. Kelly's.
Wow. Wait, laptop? Are you talking Hunter Biden here?
That's Hunter Biden.
If we're talking about leaving laptops just around in strangers' places, we're talking
Hunter.
Hunter.
Comes out and all the pictures are Hunter Biden's, but just R. Kelly's face on them. White guy and everything, but just his face.
I actually love the idea of them finally cracking into R. Kelly's laptop, and it's just all these pictures of Hunter and his exploits with hookers. It's just more Hunter. It's just an entire hard drive of Hunter, dude.
Your Honor, we dismiss all charges.
R. Kelly's free to go.
We can't let this get out there. You know, I just checked my laptop. I have Hunter Biden on here. What is going on?
Yeah, I know.
How's this guy on every fucking laptop? I don't remember smoking crack with him.
Oh my god!
I guess that's why he is America's son.
Oh yeah, first son. It's a girl.
First. That's a bigger joke than when Joe says he's the favorite. Yeah.
Oh man. Oh dude, Hunter. What happened to Hunter, dude? I gotta give it up to the right, like the people on the right for, I'd say, a hot minute, really obsessed with the Hunter Biden laptop thing, and I agree. I was totally in on, let's expose the Hunter Biden laptop, because look, I'll be the first to admit, no way in hell they're going to get anything rolling with that supposed diary that they got. That was Joe Biden's daughter, and she talked about, inappropriate showers with dad and all that stuff. So that's not going to roll. No. But the Hunter Biden laptop story, that is the big tamale, dude. That's the freaking, that's the salsicha. That's what everybody was wanting to get after, and then they dropped it, dude. They just freaking totally dropped the Hunter Biden laptop story. And honestly, man, if Republicans want to really get rolling heading here into the midterms, bring back the Hunter laptop story. Like, why'd you let it bury? Why did you let it get swept away? It's unbelievable. Bring it back.
Yeah, I don't think people really care about it for some reason.
Nobody cares that the first son was, cruising around the world banging hookers who were spies and, smoking crack, and they were underage. One of them was maybe Molly Obama.
Yeah, I think nobody cares because then you just, do you know how many people have children that work for Ukrainian companies?
They're all in Congress, as far as I know, about 400 and so. Am I correct? The Pelosi's, the Schumers. I'm sure there's a few McConnells up in there.
No, that's what I mean.
We're going to the Senate there.
The only thing they agree on, both sides of the aisle, is that their kids should work for Ukrainian energy companies. It's just the one thing that is bipartisan, dude.
Yeah, and we seem to love to funnel and launder a lot of money into Ukraine, so why not, man?
Biggest scam of the century.
Literally.
That's the biggest scam of the century, dude.
It really is. I think they're still pushing more dough up there. I have no idea what's going on.
10 billion since the time we started talking.
Wow.
Nah.
I believe it.
So ridiculous.
I believe it. No, I did see Z and his sleeves back in the news today. They were apparently the Russian troops are heading back in, and so
Frank, that wasn't the story. You didn't see the main story on the front page?
It was Zelensky. He had new sleeves, I believe, and
Frank. First off, we all got to thank God Zelensky's okay.
Yes.
He got into a car accident.
No, a car accident.
You hear about that?
What?
Yeah, he got into a car accident the other day.
In Ukraine? They have traffic?
Details are still out. But yeah.
Oh.
Got into a car accident.
He was in Poland, as he has been the whole time. Excellent.
No, but yeah, he got into an accident. He's okay, though.
Wow. All right. Good.
I forgot who did a report. I think it was Democracy Now!
Oh, of course.
Yeah, it was like almost a breaking news thing.
Really? Wow.
Yeah.
I saw he was doing a speech in the newly saved region that the Russians have abandoned, apparently. And so he made a surprise appearance, and the people were thrilled.
Did you see that place?
Where the town that he went to?
This rubble shithole of a fucking...
Yeah, dude.
What did we spend We just spent $80 million to protect $100 million worth of shit.
Oh my God. I mean, it looks like Detroit and maybe some parts of Philly, so, I get it.
That was the nostalgia.
When you see something that looks like your own, you want to save it,
Infrastructure crumbling, crime at an all-time high, no cops. Are we in America? What's going on? Huh. Government's too corrupt to do anything about anything? Huh. It's like we're looking in a mirror.
Yeah, man. This is it's kind of what it feels like. And
There should be a rule that, like, if you're okay, fine. Congress, you could trade stocks. Like, I'm at the point where I don't even care about that anymore.
Dude, I do not care about the stocks.
How about if you're in Congress, nobody in your family can work for a foreign country?
Yeah.
For some made-up position on a board.
That's a good call. I'm into that.
Can we start there?
Maybe we could swing into that a little bit. If you have sex with the Chinese spy, Eric Swalwell, you can no longer run for office. In fact, you need to leave office right now.
Okay, Frank, you're right. Okay, scratch that. Okay, fine. Your family could work for foreign governments.
Sure.
Can you guys not sleep with spies?
Right.
Can we start there? Can you not have a spy as a driver for 20 years?
Yes.
Can you not sleep with a spy? Well, you cheat on your wives with spies.
That's right. Hey, Mitch McConnell, that means you can't marry a spy. Sorry,
buddy. Marry a spy? Like, we just start there.
It doesn't get talked enough that Mitch McConnell is married to a Chinese woman whose father is a massively influential person in China. He works for the Chinese government.
Which means he's Chinese government. He's the CCP.
Like, he sent his daughter here as a spy to get into the Senate.
Yeah.
And she's married to, like, one of the longest reigning, most powerful dudes in the Senate. And, what
she
the
literally
fuck?
just tricked the ugliest man she could find.
Yeah. I don't think there's trickery there. I think this guy is just filthy evil, and he signed a deal that he liked.
Did you ever hear Mitch McConnell's story? Like, why he went into politics?
No.
I'm not gonna do it justice because I heard it so long ago. And I actually remember I was listening to him when this was like when I was a Democrat. I hated him. Right?
Yeah.
I actually like legit hated him. I thought it was so stupid, but he was like 16 or something like that. He was super young. And he wanted to like help out a guy or something happened with a local politician that wronged him. And he just ran against him and beat him.
Wow.
Yeah. I can't do it any justice. I'm trying to like dig into the details, but I don't want to.
No, but I like what you're talking about, and it's very
I'll have it for next time. But if you're interested in an interesting story of like why somebody went into politics.
Yeah, well, it's very Mitch McConnell. It's got a lot of spite, and it
was all spite. His whole thing was spite, like his whole way up.
Yeah, you can sense it with him, dude. He's just there to like crush people's souls. I think that's his whole agenda.
Yeah,
and he's from Kentucky. I don't know what his deal is. Mitch McConnell. There just needs to be age limits. Term limits, age limits, whatever you want to call it. There's got to be some limits here.
Term limits, age limits, who your family could work for limits, who you can marry limits. You know what I mean?
Because without
here's the thing: is I'm all about, like, if you're telling me that's going to shrink down the pool of people, that's what I want. You know, we need better people.
Absolutely.
Right?
Yeah, man. And then if you don't shrink down the pool, if you don't put on these limitations, you end up with lifelong servants.
Who are corrupt, and then whose families are in this corruption. It's just a corrupt web.
Yeah, Mike, and if Nancy Pelosi rules over in Congress for 50 years, what difference is there between her and the dude in North Korea?
Yeah, that's what I mean. You guys are calling... Dude, that's what kills me. Every single one of them who's been in power for 40 years is calling Donald Trump the dictator. He was here for 4.
4, dude.
He came in 4 years and left.
He actually did what the founding fathers wanted people to do, which is work your life in this, private sector, and then get pissed off and run for politics.
That is legitimately what the founding fathers envisioned. You become a lawyer, you become a businessman, you become successful, you retire, and you're young enough to go into politics.
Yeah.
You go do, a couple terms.
Absolutely. And we're not too
Dude.
far off from FDR, who, everyone seems to forget was around for about 3 terms. That's not very enjoyable when you kind of look at it.
Nah, it didn't really turn out too good.
You really don't want someone around for 12 plus years or longer than that. And maybe that should
Don't
apply
bring
to
up
Congress.
FDR. Isn't he the guy that locked up, what's his name?
I don't know. Elvis? Here.
Nah, the Japanese dude.
Oh,
That never shuts up about it.
George Takai?
Yeah.
George Takai. He's on my Mount Wokemore, dude. Come on.
Dude, George Takai has just been rambling and rambling about how the Ron DeSantis and Abbott are just like, wasn't it FDR that did that? That locked the Japanese up in the camps?
I believe, yes. This was during World War II, and
II.
we indeed did lock up George Takai and his family in an internment camp.
Not long enough, if you ask me. Anyway, fucking 80 years later, this guy, don't you die? I mean, you were in that camp 80 years ago, bro. Fuck. I'm sure if FDR knew you'd be bitching about it 80 years later, we wouldn't have done it. You know what I mean? Fuck.
Sir,
Could you guys be more... Like, seriously, can't you guys be more like the Filipinos? Those guys don't bitch about anything. Still slaves in half the world.
I could just see the meeting where they're like, sir, we should put all these Japanese people in these camps. And FDR is just there. He's sweating. He's pacing back and forth and goes, I don't know. They got this little boy, George Takai. He
that little will never shut up about it. Saw it in his eye. Never let it go.
He'll be dragging my name through the dirt for 80 years.
A technology I can't even fathom right now. Some little kid in Africa is going to be reading about how I was the worst.
Oh, man.
Yeah, he was like bitching all about how like Ron DeSantis and them are just like FDR with the immigrants because they're shipping them to places
Wow.
like Martha's Vineyard.
Yeah, how funny
Frank,
is that?
How many times have you been to Martha's Vineyard?
Never. I feel jealous of these immigrants. They've been in this country for 5 seconds. They've had a better life experience than I have.
How did you guys get there so fast?
Whose dick did you have to suck to get there, and how do you know the camel? Hey-oh, that's a deep cut, folks.
Whose dick do I have to suck? Yeah, fuck it. Where's Big Mike? Is that who's doing it?
Big Mike. We need a tally for how many episodes in a row we got a Big Mike mention going. This is good stuff.
If your mouth is big enough for Big Mike, you're in. Martha's Vineyard, baby. Oh, not to like have fun or anything. You're gonna be one of the servants carrying the dishes.
Yeah, why are they complaining? They just got more people to cut the grass. Like,
oh my God,
whining.
Frank, did you see my tweet? I think I got a warning again.
No, Mike, nobody sees your tweets anymore. You've been shadow banned, dude.
I know. I think I got another warning. I said the real winners of today. Anybody who owns a landscaping company in Martha's Vineyard.
Wow.
It went from no Mexicans to, oh my God. Although they did kind of get ripped off. These are the Venezuelans. They're not,
Ooh, yeah.
It's like the Walmart version of the Mexican,
I'm going to watch what I say because this is getting real racist. I like it.
I'm just saying, I paid for a busload of Mexicans. I mean, half of these are Venezuelans. Do I get a refund or what's going on here?
This is exactly like that Seinfeld where they need to bring in the Cubans to roll up the crepes. Or but he brings in, I think they're Venezuelans or they're from somewhere else, and they roll the crepes too tight, and the crepes start squirting the hot liquid into people's faces.
They're Dominican.
Dominicans, yes.
Oh, it's so funny.
Wow, Seinfeld, ahead of its time.
Ahead of its time.
That
was clean racism.
Dude, those reruns, are they even on anymore? I feel like for woke culture, they just had to strip Seinfeld off of television.
No, they're on, man. They're great. That's a great show.
Good. Yeah, it is a good
They're on
show.
Comedy Central.
I can't believe they haven't been destroyed yet for the fact that Elaine never dated a black man.
Yeah, that's true.
Just not her type. Not her type, dude.
Not her type. Nah. You know what's really funny? I was listening to these guys talk about Comedy Central.
Oh yeah.
Because they used to do a show on there, I guess.
Nice.
And they said the rule for like if you work on cable TV is you have to find a precedent. So if you're like, we want to say, you know, shit, you have to find an example of somebody else that did it and they got away with it, and then okay, you could do it.
Wow. All right.
And then they said that the only thing that would never work, that they said you can't use an example, is South Park.
That's so funny, man. Oh my god!
Because South Park was able to just get away with whatever because it was just too big.
Wow.
I mean, South Park is Comedy Central, dude. Like, what else do they have?
I haven't watched a new South Park in probably 2 years.
Yeah, I mean, well, you're 30. I'd be really mad at... I'd be kind of embarrassed if you were like, oh, you didn't see the last season?
Wow, you're right. That's funny. There's 3 things I guess I don't... Or 2 things I don't do is I don't watch cartoons and I don't play video games. So I don't know how people have time for that.
You grow out of it.
I don't even have time to sit through more than 90 minutes of a movie. If it hits 90 minutes, I stop the movie. That's my new rule.
Well, you know what happened is you live with a woman, right? And so you're sharing a TV.
Yes.
And she doesn't want to play video games or watch cartoons, so...
You'd be surprised. She actually enjoys the video games more than I do, to be honest. But
not at like where you're like going to be up till 4 a.m.
Dude, I missed out somehow on that sensation or that whatever where you want to stay up all night and hook up to the system and put the headphones on and talk shit to some 10-year-old in Jersey. You know what I mean? Like, while you kick his ass in some shooter game. Like, I just like totally missed the boat on that whole thing. I don't know what happened. Maybe it's because I was so poor for so many years, I couldn't afford the equipment to get into it.
That's what it is. Yeah, you can't keep up.
Yeah, I can't keep up.
You know? But
that's a dedication of your life, time.
Yeah, it's a legit hobby.
I don't know. I grew up.
It's a waste of money. Unless you could do Twitch or whatever, you know that thing?
Right. Yeah, and you make some dough. And they make some serious dough, Mike. No doubt about it, man. In the Twitch world. I think.
Yeah, I don't know. It's kind of weird.
Yeah, no, it's weird. Anyways, I find it just strange, sitting there for hours upon hours, just like video gaming when, for me, when at that time when I was younger, I guess. Well, number one, again, I didn't have any money to do it, so I came up with excuses why I shouldn't do it, right?
Yeah, that's what it is. You just found other things to do.
I got better stuff to do with my time.
Yeah. Yeah, you just called it gay and did something else.
Not like those rich kids with their video games.
Yeah.
Even modern era though, man, like nowadays, there's some adults that are, I mean, they're serious gamers, dude. And they got all the equipment rolling and the gear, like
they
goggles.
do the headset shit.
Yeah,
the VR.
The headset stuff. That's what's
VR.
crazy. So you could stay in that world of, as long as you want, I feel like.
I forgot what the name of the company is, but there's a VR porn company. They said it's going to be $1 billion in like 2 years.
Really? Might get on the name, folks, buying on that stock. That's the stock you want. Porn.
Yeah.
I'm sure it's already owned by, what is it, Pornhub? Is that the biggest, that's the biggest one?
I guess they're the biggest in the game, yeah.
Oh, so they must own the rights on the 3D porn industry. Although, I think that's something that James Cameron should get into. He's really good with that Avatar stuff, right?
So, is that movie out? Or it's coming out, right?
It's coming out, man. Do you know how...
I can't wait to see it.
I'm actually also excited. There was a minute where I'm like, dude, you've waited too long. I don't want to see it. But the fact that he had to wait for the technology to match his vision, I want to see it.
I'm not even thinking about that way. I think it's great to wait this long because all the hype is gone. Do
you think it lost hype and now it's even got more hype because of how long it took?
No, I think this one has less, which is better.
Really?
Because remember, the first one was overhyped.
That was enormous. Do you think people forgot how huge that movie was? Literally everybody saw that movie.
It was overhyped though. You were like disappointed, kind of.
Well, yeah, it was 3D Pocahontas. We can all agree.
Yeah.
And some of the acting was, I don't think it was the best acting.
The acting, he was a better actor when in Avatar form. So let's say that.
Dude Man, who played the guy.
The guy, yeah, the actor whose name we can't remember. Yes.
Sam Worthington, I believe was his name. They tried to make him a huge action star. He was in the Terminator flick that flopped around that time as well.
He wasn't in the which Terminator?
Yeah, man. He was in the what was it? The Terminator, the one with Christian Bale, where you remember Christian Bale flipped out on the dude on set, and that got more publicity than the actual movie.
Christian Bale. Oh, is that the one where like Christian Bale like jumps out of a helicopter?
Christian Bale they made this terrible Terminator.
Unwatchable.
Beyond, dude. It was directed by, and I believe I'm saying this correctly, Mick G was the director's name. And Mick G at that time was a prolific music video director, and he was very popular in Hollywood. And so he made this horrible Terminator film with Christian Bale, but the only thing great that came out of it was this 2-minute clip that some guy on set recorded of Christian Bale just chewing somebody out, like the boom mic, like the boom mic operator, or some guy, some poor schlub, just like ripping him a new one. It's so funny, and that's the best thing that happened out of that.
I gotta tell you, man, Christian Bale might be the best example of like the director matters. Because that guy is either the greatest actor you've ever seen, right?
Yeah.
Or it's like that movie.
You must be talking about Thor: Love and Thunder, because he's the bad guy in Thor: Love and Thunder. I didn't even know he was in the movie after the first 10 minutes.
Terrible.
I'm not kidding.
Or like that one dragon movie with Matthew McConaughey.
Are you talking about Ring of Fire, the greatest action film of all time?
Shut the fuck up. Where they hunt the dragons?
That movie, spoiler alert, has one of the greatest endings to the battle.
When he jumps off the tower!
Into the dragon's mouth, dude. Are you fucking kidding me?
Dude, you have to watch that movie before you turn 12. Yeah. And then you'll love it. But I didn't. So I watched it at 30 like something, and I was like, this is retarded. Holy shit.
Yeah.
I couldn't believe how many great actors were in it. Terrible movie, dude. When Matthew McConaughey comes riding up on the tank. It fell from the sky. He's got the cigar.
Yeah. He's absolutely. He's completely.
Those are
jacked.
my angels. Life expectancy is 60 seconds. Who wants to join them? Like, what the fuck is this?
Oh man.
Oh god.
Dude, I fucking love that movie. Are you kidding me? It's so bad. It's so good.
It's so bad, dude.
Oh, dude, you know how many what's crazy is how many Oscar-winning actors.
Oh, it's the greatest actors of all time are in that movie. It's the worst movie of all time. I don't know how it could be that bad. Dude, it's got the worst ratio of people in it to cast to goodness, greatness. Yeah. Because I literally you read the info on it and you're like, Matthew McConaughey. Yeah, I've never seen this movie. What? It's got to be good. Christian Bale. It's like Gerard Butler. You know what I mean? You're wow, I've never heard of this movie. There's 5 other guys. I forgot who's in it.
Oh no,
it's a chick.
We're talking about Reign of Fire here.
Reign of Fire. We didn't even remember the name. Yeah, Reign of Fire.
It had a canceled sequel, dude.
Oh, of course it did. It was a terrible movie.
I don't know how you nailed Gerard Butler. I don't even remember that, dude.
Oh, dude, that was one of the worst scenes ever.
Dude,
when they're reenacting Star Wars.
Christian Bale, Matthew McConaughey, Isabella Scor. I don't know who that is. Gerard Butler. I think that just about curves out the famous folk
So not a lot. Okay, I might have overemphasized the greatness of the cast.
It was a little overemphasized, but
Yeah.
it was in 2002. It's a post-apocalyptic science fantasy film.
It's so bad.
I loved it, man. I'm so happy it came out,
It's
honestly.
like a 9-hour movie that I could sum up in 10 minutes. Christian Bale, as a kid, his mom was working on a tunnel. She exposed the male dragon, woke him up. He had babies. They took over the world. 30 years later, as a man, Christian Bale kills that male dragon.
Wow, he had babies? This movie's so woke and ahead of its time, dude. Holy cow.
Well, that's how the dragons do it, right?
I guess they're trans. That's incredible. I had no idea.
No, in that movie, the male...
Yeah, well, I'm just thinking that
had to, like... The male...
Well, let's see here. Reign of Fire. I'm loving this. Reign of Fire had an approval rating on Rotten Tomatoes of 42%, Mike.
Yeah,
All right. A little bit rotten. A little rotten there.
Actually, that's about just right for it, because it's entertaining. I did watch it.
This is one of my favorite reviews I've ever read in a long time here. Roger Ebert gave the film 1 star out of 4, describing it as a, quote, vast enterprise marshaled in the service of such a minute idea, adding that the movie makes no sense on its own terms, let alone ours. That is amazing.
That's so cold. That's why you were the king.
That's why Roger Ebert still holds a lot of credit and cred in my book, because Mike, he believes, Nick Cage is the greatest actor of all time. Maybe Reign of Fire could have been saved had Nick Cage been in Reign of Fire. Pillow Guy. And I'm not sure if anyone is familiar with the Pillow Guy, but the Pillow Guy apparently got into a little trouble with the FBI, and Pillow Guy is apparently getting indicted, maybe, because he's associated with Trump, which is what's going to happen to all of us. So I hope everybody is prepared if you voted for Trump, and or if you bought a pillow from My Pillow Guy, because if you did, the FBI is going to come and search your home. That's at least what
If you bought a My Pillow?
If you bought a My Pillow, or you voted for Trump. That's kind of my new thesis here. But here we go. We're going to listen to a clip here of a little segment on what happened to Pillow Guy. Mike, I'm not sure if you're familiar, but we'll roll it out here.
Mike Lindell, usually referred to as the Pillow Guy, who made his way into the Oval to help plan the coup.
Oh, this is my favorite lady, Nicole Wallace from MSNBC. She's so good at telling the news.
She goes so, like, extreme with her words.
I don't know if they still exist, but I'm pretty sure this lady's high on Quaaludes. I think that's what's going on with her. I'm not a toxicologist, but...
We found where Cosby hid his stash when he went to prison.
Right.
It's at her house.
I think Nicole Wallace is roofing herself, Mike. I'm pretty sure. Here we go.
I take them every day, but I never get laid. What's going on?
But Tubin just goes and jerks himself off. I don't know what's going on here. Oh, wrong network, but you get the idea. That's
Yeah, they're all the same.
Nicole Wallace, take it away.
Mike Lindell, usually referred to as the Pillow Guy, who made his way into the Oval to help plan the coup. Staunch Trump ally, big life promoter to this day, today, says the FBI questioned him yesterday and seized his cell phone. Lindell tells the New York Times that he had been in the drive-through line at a Hardees fast food restaurant in Minnesota when his vehicle was surrounded by several cars driven by federal agents. The agents presented him with a search and seizure warrant and interviewed him for about 15 minutes. Lindell, who continues to promote conspiracy theories about the 2020 election, says the agents asked him about Tina Peters. Of course, she's the Colorado clerk indicted on multiple felony charges for allegedly tampering with Mesa County's voting machines after the 2020 election. The Times explains it like this, quote, "The search is a sign that a federal investigation into Ms. Peters has reached a prominent figure in the national movement to investigate and overturn the 2020 election."
Wow.
I don't believe it. This guy's a millionaire. He's at a Hardees.
Why are they going after the pillow guy, dude? I don't get it. This is so ridiculous.
You went after the pillow guy at a Hardees?
Right? They just did it to embarrass him. Come on.
Yeah, that's all this is. This is so stupid.
Nobody wants to get caught at a Hardees.
You know what? You know why they don't like him? Because they tried to fucking shut him down, and they couldn't. His business is better than ever.
His business boomed by attracting podcasters and Fox. I think he's on Fox News. You know, he just found other mediums.
Everywhere.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, he just said, "Fuck you guys. I don't need you. If you don't want my pillows, I'll sell it to Christian conservatives." Do you know how many there are out there?
Yeah.
They all need a pillow.
Yeah, and they all have money.
And they all hate you.
Yeah.
And your pillows. So
it's funny. He's like the Joe Rogan of infomercials.
Of bed accessories.
Yes, they hate this guy. And they just like went all after him. It's weird. I didn't get this at all and why he's associated with it, other than I think they're really, all seriousness, I think they are trying to get to a point where they could say, if you voted for Trump, you are now a suspect, or you are potentially an extremist, a terrorist, someone who's a threat to America.
I don't think they're getting that far. I think what this is the net's getting bigger because they don't have anything and they can't find anything. So now they're like, all right, we need to find out what this guy did. This was a big donor. So let's see if he's connected to January 6th, or whatever. Stop the steal. I don't even know. There's so many investigations going on right now with Trump. Like, that you guys just won't leave him alone. And I think their goal is to just keep doing these things, to keep it in your head. Whether it pans out or not, you know what I mean? They're just keeping it alive in your head.
They're swamping him. Right?
Yeah. And they go after Mike Lindell just to remind you that he's a piece of shit. Right? He's a piece of shit Trump supporter.
Yeah.
So
it's an amazing way to paint Christian conservatives as pieces of shit and at the same time hiding to the side a literal piece of shit who goes around the world smoking crack with hookers and filming it.
And the president molested his daughter.
Yeah,
in
well,
the shower.
We can't talk about that one, Mike.
That's right.
We try to get on YouTube here.
Yeah, that's It was crazy how nothing from that diary is leaking.
The diary is so fucking shocking.
Everything about the Donald Trump thing leaks. Every fucking day there's a leak.
Yes.
Nothing's leaking about that diary, huh?
Nothing.
Tight-lipped on the diary. All right. So you guys are just one-sided here.
How quickly did we forget about Pedo Pete?
Yeah.
You remember Pedo Pete?
It's Joe Biden.
That's Joe, the big guy.
That's the big guy.
He gets 10% of everything.
Including his daughter.
Oh, my God.
You know what I'm saying?
Oh, man. Yeah, I do know what you're saying, and it's pretty disgusting. But
that's really gross.
Yeah.
It's a gross man. I don't know, man. I don't know why they're going after the My Pillow guy. I don't know if they realize how bad they look right now, and they really better have something.
That's my point. I feel like this really looks like you're going after political opponents, and your side throws around the fascist word a lot, but what you're doing is a little fascist.
It's coming off that way. You know?
Just a little bit. So
your anti is looking a little weak there.
Yes. Yeah. So I don't know.
We'll see what happens. They're kind of acting like they didn't raid Trump's home. Did you hear that new narrative now?
No, I did not.
Oh, dude, you gotta listen to the new you gotta start any left wing. Go listen to Pod Safe America.
My favorite
I don't know
amigos.
if they talked about it, but somebody was talking about the January 6th was the deadliest insurrection, right?
Correct.
And the raid on Donald Trump's home was not really a raid.
Okay, yeah.
It was just the FBI. It was just a task force that went there to. I forgot what they said.
Just checking it out, scoping the scene, seeing what's down.
They said that they warned Donald Trump and his lawyers and everybody, and it was a peaceful meeting. It was just a meeting, Frank.
Very interesting, because I have heard some chatter that Trump organized this whole thing, and it was kind of a media circus on purpose. And that the media got caught with their pants down and just gave a lot of publicity to Trump.
I think that's what happened.
And that's why they're trying to bury it.
I think he trapped the FBI into coming in.
Yes.
I think he tricked them into coming in.
I agree.
I with this supposed mole. I think that's why they don't want. That's why they redacted everything. They don't want you to know who the informant was.
It was Pence.
Dude, I think it was Kushner.
Wow.
Because there was a lot of rumors in the left wing media right afterwards that he was the one that was the informant. And I think, man, maybe he actually was, but maybe he just spilled. Maybe he just told somebody some shit, and they knew that guy was gonna go run.
Wow, you think Cushy Boy was spilling the beans the whole time throughout the administration?
Oh, no, I think he was, told to. No. They were saying he was the one that spilled the beans about the confidential papers at Mar-a-Lago.
Oh, I got you.
So maybe he was the one that told him. Maybe Trump was just, hey, go tell him.
I see. He's Trump's mole.
Yeah, I think maybe he was. I don't know. It's all, nobody really knows. But for 2 days, they were all talking about who could be this leaker that told the FBI. Because the FBI had to go to a judge with evidence that he had this stuff.
Okay.
Right?
Yeah.
And the evidence they had was the supposed informant.
Wow.
That was really close to Trump.
I love it if it's Trump who set this whole thing up. I love it more if Trump, as I theorize, is never planning to run. And this whole thing is just a mammoth distraction from the real opponent that they are just taking their eye off the ball from. Ron DeSantis, dude.
Yeah, I think that's what it is.
It's incredible how I'm not kidding, dude. I skim through so much fucking news about this FBI Mar-a-Lago thing, and MSNBC and CNN and ABC. They're pulling so much shit out of their ass.
Oh, if you watch these shows, it's just a matter of when. Why haven't they indicted him yet?
Exactly. And you notice they keep arresting weird people surrounding Trump. They arrested Bannon last week, and now they're going after the pillow guy.
Yeah, good luck.
They arrested the guy who wears 4 collared shirts, and now they're getting the pillow guy. And it's just you're getting all the weird characters around him.
He always does the weird thing with his collar, with he buttons every button, but then has the cross hanging out.
Talking about Trump?
No, the pillow guy.
Oh, pillow guy. Yeah.
He always has that cross hanging out of his shirt.
Really?
But in a weird way,
Yeah, well, look, I'm supportive of all people, including non and religious people, but when you're over the top with stuff, when you're pushing it in people's face, come on, tone it down a little bit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You know, the atheist chicks out there who like to eat abortion pills on the front lawn of the Capitol. You know, just do it
too much.
Do it in your backyard. All right, I don't want to see it. You be respectful.
Film it, put it on TikTok.
Yeah.
Your fans will see it.
My Pillow guy, get one of them small little gold crosses and let it rest nicely on your chest hairs there and cover it up with a tie. Come on, be nice. Okay? I get it. Just, be nice. Be respectful.
Seriously.
My Pillow guy. What's his name? I just call him My Pillow guy. I keep forgetting.
Yeah, Mike Lindell.
Mike Lindell. I keep confusing him with Chuck Lindell or Chuck Liddell.
Chuck Liddell, yeah. Chuck Liddell's way cooler.
Way cooler, dude.
The Iceman?
Yes. He needs he needs to come out in support of Mike Lindell.
Oh, he should. I don't know what he is, though.
Who, Chuck Liddell? Lindell?
Yeah.
Yeah. You don't know, you mean like politically?
Politically? I haven't seen that guy in anything forever.
Well, that means he's a conservative.
That's gotta be, yeah.
Absolutely.
Because he was like in movies and shit, remember? He was like making appearances, but then something did happen.
This is funny, this is coming up. I was reading about, and I don't know how I got down this path, Mike, but I did. I was reading about the various individuals who were in, do you remember Boy Meets World?
Yeah.
The young fellow who played Corey was his name, I think, the main character. He was Fred Savage's brother. And you know
really?
Fred Savage, the kid from Wonder Years?
Wonder Years,
right,
yeah.
Yes. And I was kind of like checking out. I was like, wow, what happened to the Fred Savage brother? Like Fred Savage still does stuff. You know what I mean? Like, what's the other Savage kid
Austin
doing?
Powers
And apparently, I think this kid, when he went to college, he was like, he worked for what was it? It was a conservative. He like studied political science and worked for a conservative, like as an internship for his studying at Stanford. And then his kind of biography just like disappears. That's
he now works at Subway.
And I was like reading it. I'm like, oh, dude, he's a conservative guy, and they stopped talking about him. You know, Ben.
Yeah,
I'm talking about
Ben.
Ben Savage. And by the way, the Savages, Ben and Fred, Chicago, Illinois natives, Mike.
Really?
Yes. Okay, so here it is. You're gonna love this. It's in his Wikipedia. Everyone could check it out. So Ben Savage, he's got his biography and all this stuff, and then right before his filmography, it has politics. And here's a little thing of his politics. Savage interned for U.S. Senator Arlen Specter.
Sounds liberal.
Republican of Pennsylvania in 2003 as a requirement for his studies. And then he graduated, and he had a degree in political science. He did some other stuff in Hollywood and whatnot, but very small like list of stuff. But I thought it was so funny. I'm like, wow, this guy, he got into politics, sort of. He clearly went right, and nobody talked about him again.
Over. He's probably like sitting pretty on all that Boy Meet World money.
Absolutely, and he's done the later stuff. They did the Girl Meets World, I think, and he's in that, and
made an appearance, yeah, for sure.
Yeah, hell yeah, dude.
God, thank God my brothers are losers. You know, like we're all losers, so it's fine. You know,
right?
But could you imagine being like, yeah, I got my own sitcom,
right?
Boy Meets World. And then your brother's like, yeah, I'm on the Wonders year. I'm in the Wonder Years. I'm number 1. You're number 4 in the ratings. You're like, fuck! You know?
That's why Ben Savage looks so much bigger than Fred. I'm sure he just punched him in the face whenever that kind of argument came up.
Yeah. He was always working out the aggression.
Always just doing push-ups, ready to beat the crap out of Fred.
You beat me in the ratings, but I'm gonna beat you in the ring, motherfucker. You know what I mean? But when you got a brother that's a bartender in Florida and you're just like a loser plumber in Chicago, you're not looking too bad.
That's
you know?
right.
Not looking too bad at all.
That's right. Stoner.
Right on par.
Oh man, good stuff, Mike. Good stuff. Well, did you hear all the crazy stuff that was happening today in the news with China?
Dude, I heard one person talk about China. Everybody else was talking about Brett Favre.
Brett Favre!
What the fuck even happened?
I don't know, actually. I was looking it up. I'll be totally honest with you. I can't figure it out. What's the outrage?
I listened to like 3 people explain it to me. You know what happened, dude?
No.
All these politicians that nobody knows and nobody cares about were stealing money from a state that nobody cares about. Right?
Yes.
And then Brett Favre got in the middle of one thing. Every story is just
what
the most retarded story ever.
What? I don't know what happened, and I kept looking up. I'm like, what is this Brett Favre stuff? What's going on? I don't get it.
So pretty much what happened is, was it Mississippi? So in Mississippi, they just don't give people welfare. You know that TNF shit or whatever? TANF?
Maybe.
It's like, you know how we call it welfare, but there is no welfare.
Okay, sure.
It's actually, it's called temporary assistance for needy families.
Okay, that makes sense.
It's the Democrats shit. You know, they got rid of welfare. It's not welfare. It's temporary assistance because they're gonna pull themselves out. You know, they just need a helping hand.
Right.
They're gonna lift themselves up by their bootstraps. They just need us to lift up their boots so that they can reach the straps. You know, idiots. But anyways, I guess the way that works is like you don't get it from the federal government. The federal government gives every state money, and then you apply for it from the state, and the state can do whatever it wants with it. And Mississippi was just like not giving it to poor people.
That's unbelievable, man.
Mississippi was like, they gave it to like a few poor people, and then they just used the rest as like a bank account to fund their projects.
So,
which were like stadiums for the colleges and shit.
Brett Favre is involved because of text messages, and now the media wants to destroy Brett Favre.
So there's apparent. I forgot, dude. I couldn't even really quite grasp it.
All right. Well,
apparently his daughter went to school there.
Right.
And they were trying to get a volleyball stadium built.
Right.
And so he applied for this loan, or he applied for this funding, right?
Yeah.
And the text messages are between him and the governor, and a bunch of politicians that are like helping him out, so that his loan gets approved.
All right. Well, they're outraged on what is it?
My point is, dude,
I don't get it.
Point is, the problem here is not Brett Favre. The problem is you fucking assholes who allocated this welfare to the states, right? Sure. You're the one that said Mississippi could do whatever they want with it. This is what they want to do with it. You know?
Sure thing. And also, why is this national news?
Oh, it's not. That's not. It's just because they wanted to. I don't know. Why Brett Favre, dude? Who cares about Brett Favre? You guys did the same thing with Aaron Rodgers. I have this theory, man. The Green Bay Packers must not be playing ball with the system.
They are not. Well, actually, they're a publicly owned team. That's why the people actually own the team. But What I find, and you're right on the money, they're nailing conservative, outspoken conservative football players, which I've noticed.
Yeah.
Nice link to the Packers, but my big question about all of this is, why the hell are they talking about it on fucking Morning Joe, dude?
Raising questions about an investigation into the misuse of government welfare funds. Joining us now, reporter for Mississippi Today, Anna Wolf. She's been at the forefront of this story from the beginning. Anna, thanks so much for being here with us. For people who are just now kind of catching up to or tuning into this story, take a step back for us on how this all began with Southern Mississippi, University of Southern Mississippi, wanting a new volleyball facility. Brett Favre's daughter played volleyball at Southern Mississippi. He thought he could help, but not with any of the some $140 million he earned during his NFL career, but with welfare funds.
All right. Here comes the outrage.
So back in 2017, Brett Favre had this idea of building a new volleyball stadium at USM, and he was trying to find money from different sources and somehow got connected with the welfare department. He was good friends with Phil Bryant before that, so we're still trying to kind of piece together, how he ended up having this conversation with the head of the welfare department and this nonprofit founder, Nancy New. When he met with them, they immediately committed $4 million out of this welfare fund to build the volleyball stadium. And to get the project really rolling, they kind of had to get the governor on board. And the text messages that we revealed this week show sort of how that process went.
And Elise, you're a native of Mississippi.
Who cares?
I know.
Don't you guys have non-drinkable water in Jackson?
Yeah,
And
that's what they're all saying, is that we could have used this money to fix the pipes. Yeah, but you weren't going to. All right? If they didn't spend the money on the stadium, they would have just given it to poor people who would have used it on fucking hoverboards and alcohol.
Whatever, man. I can't believe that they're wasting time on this story. It means that they don't want to talk about the water because they can't fix the water situation. So they're going to talk about Brett Favre.
Yeah.
How fucked up is that?
Yeah, the real story should be, didn't we pass this $1 trillion infrastructure bill? Can't you take some of that money to fix the water problem?
What happened to that $1 trillion we sent to fucking Ukraine over the last 6 months? Can we pinch a little of that dough and put it into some fresh water in Mississippi?
I don't even think we're at 100 billion yet.
And by the way, are we talking about funding for a swimming pool? They don't even have drinking water. We're talking swimming pools here. This is a slap in the face.
Yeah, but this is rich college kids.
Oh, right. Sorry.
We don't care about the poor guys and poor people in Jackson.
You're right. My mistake.
Move somewhere rich.
Yeah.
What's wrong with you poor people? All you poor people in poor neighborhoods, move to rich neighborhoods. Come on.
Before Jackson, the ongoing theory around was that Flint, Michigan isn't the only one, that there's a lot of Flint, Michigans out there. I'm starting to think now, after Jackson, people are kind of waking up.
Oh yeah,
like you live in a poor neighborhood. Your water might not be as good as everybody else's.
I can guarantee it. As a plumber,
can you see the difference in the piping?
Yeah, you can smell it. You can taste it. Fuck yeah.
Taste it? Whoa. You mean in the water, right? Yeah.
Yeah, it smells like even the clean water. I'm talking clean water. It smells different in places.
Right.
Yeah,
you're right. You get that. Well, I guess it doesn't have a smell, right?
If it's good.
If your water's no good, a little bit of a smell going on there?
Like, your water is connected to the hydrants. It's like the same shit, right?
Okay.
So there's a reason that, like in your neighborhood, I guarantee you they come regularly to flush the hydrants.
Right.
And they're doing that to get that stagnant water out of those pipes.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And if they don't do that in your neighborhood regularly, you'll start to get some funky...
You get some stank.
Plus, if you're in a neighborhood that's not doing that, they're also not doing other things.
Ooh. Really?
Yeah, that's what you got to think about. You know?
I do, yeah. No, it's a good call. I often think about the water systems.
And like even the people working there suck.
Yeah.
It's like the same reason why I don't go to like restaurants in shitty neighborhoods, because even the people that work there are from those neighborhoods and they suck. They're not cleaning that. You know, they're lazy. They're fucking terrible workers.
Wow, good call.
I go to these restaurants to like work on their drains and shit, and I wouldn't eat anything in there.
Oh my god.
Yeah, these people just don't clean. And it's not a race thing.
Yeah, you're just talking poor neighborhoods.
I'm just talking poor neighborhoods, because you cross that line into Indiana, and it's the same shit, but they're all white. You know,
For sure. Oh, I've been in some shitty places, dive bars, restaurants. Yeah.
never go to a fucking Waffle House, dude. Oh, or a Denny's. Oh,
really? No way.
Oh my god, dude.
It's the end. What goes on in a Denny's, man?
Dude, the Denny's is disgusting. They don't clean it. They never change these filters. So like your shit could be fried in like a fryer that just has a dead rat in the filter.
Oh, you say that like you've seen it.
Oh, dude, the rats and the cockroaches are unbelievable. Unbelievable, dude.
Oh man, that's terrible.
You know who's always clean? Unbelievably clean. I even had to lay on the floor, and it's like, I was like surprised at how not sticky my shirt was.
Ooh, I'm excited.
In the kitchen. Panda Express.
Wow.
And you would think with all that orange chicken sauce flying all over the place.
I was just gonna say.
Nah, dude, shit was fucking clean. When my shirt, I was like leaning up on the sink to fix the pipe and everything. And,
right.
Nah, dude, my shirt was clean when I went out. Like I said, I had to lay on the floor, and it was like I had one spot on my leg, and it was like, man.
All right, that's quite the endorsement. You realize that, like, cleanliness, godliness, and I think people in general would prefer to eat at a clean place that tastes okay than a dirty place that tastes great.
Oh, yeah. That's why I always said, dude, Panda's now on my list. Subway's another one. Like, if you're in a shitty neighborhood and you got to grab something.
Really? You go for the Subway?
Subway.
Wow.
Because it's always run by Indians from other neighborhoods.
Wow.
And they do a really good job of keeping it clean. Plus, they're not, like, splattering oil and shit. So Subways don't have the problem with, like, the mice and the rats that other places do.
Because of the grease.
Right.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's pretty
Surviving
nuts.
in the hood.
Yeah, Subway. Go Subway.
Or Panda, man. The Pandas, I've been so surprised by them.
This is good stuff.
Clean.
Good info. You're getting that insider, boots on the ground view.
And the thing is like, you go to Culver's, right?
Okay, yeah.
They got, like, the open kitchen area. Like, you can see in there. So you go into a nice neighborhood, that Culver's is clean. That's probably the cleanest thing you could possibly get, right?
Yeah.
In the bad neighborhood, they don't care. They just let everybody see how dirty they are. That shit is disgusting. Dude, I'm talking these restaurants, I'm sliding on the floor.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well,
Don't ever eat a Shake Shack.
Shake Shack.
Oh, don't ever eat a Shake Shack.
Man, we're losing sponsors by the second.
Sorry,
here, man. It's unbelievable.
Panda, hit us up.
Hey, at least you called out our favorite one, folks. You got to refresh to be fresh.
Refresh to be fresh.
And yeah, you just got to be fresh. That's amazing. Yeah, just like Subway, clean floors.
Yeah, they are. They do a good job.
I am really blown away by your endorsements and by the places you said not to eat at. Can't think of a time I have eaten at these places now that I go through my brain there. What was it?
Shake Shack blows my mind because it's always in these like super uppity areas, and there's like line out the door.
Man,
Grossest kitchen.
Shake Shack? I don't even see those out here in Colorado.
Oh, they're there.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're not a pig. So
you're right. Okay, well,
the fucking fat cows in Chicago just line up for that shit, dude. There's never good people in there, you know? Like nobody's jogging. Let me stop off for a Shake Shack. Is this a shack full of burgers and shakes? I'm in. You know, like I'm fucking.
The guy jogging. Oh man, I could go for a shake.
Like nobody who exercised at any point in this day is gonna go eat a fucking double cheeseburger with a large shake. You know.
I've had a. I don't think I've had a shake in like years, dude.
Yeah, because you're 30. You have the metabolism of a 30-year-old. You can't. You're like, I don't want to be disgusting. The worst is I'll be like sitting there, dude, and you'll hear this guy, you'll hear somebody like order like the King Burger, whatever it is,
Right.
you know?
Yeah.
King Super Deluxe Burger with the cheese fries and yeah, that comes with the shake, right? Yeah, I'll take the large strawberry. And can I also get a large Coke?
Yeah, dude.
Why the fuck do you need the Coke?
Gotta wash it down.
You got the shake, dude. Dude, it never fails. You know what these fat asses always do? I see it. It always intrigues me because how often it happens, and then they always do the same thing. They eat the shake first. Every single goddamn time, without fail, these fucking fat asses sit down, down the fucking shake, and then scarf down a cheeseburger, fries, and chase it with a Coke.
Ah, man, the appetizer, entree.
Oh, it's just disgusting, dude. I'm just gonna down 2,000 calories before I tackle this cheeseburger. You know, I gotta really warm up for it.